You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Sports. We have another case of an ESPN employee believing they are worth more than they are, most likely due to their level of wokeness. They feel like maybe they can spin this into a potential Bomani Jones situation, which, by the way, ESPN is taking a ever-loving beating on, as his podcast has not been doing great. Look, we're growing our podcast, but we didn't do it off the backs of being woke and trying to use our color to capitalize. Well, guess what? He has found out listeners aren't tuning in for that. They don't care about that. When they tune into a sports podcast, they want to hear people talk about sports, not race and color related to sports, and all of their wokey woke super woke takes on everything involving life, culture, etc., etc. That was my problem with Dan Le Batard's show. He did not want to stick to sports. In some shows, he never even talked sports. You know, I understand at times in a radio show, in a podcast, you will get off on little small tangents. But it doesn't have to be related to race and culture and political leanings and all of this kind of thing. Well, Maria Taylor is trying to capitalize. While reading this article, keep in mind, ESPN let Trey Wingo, Mike Golick, Kenny Mayne go. By the way, they told Kenny Mayne he could stay if he would take a 61% pay cut. You are not going to believe what Maria Taylor believes she is worth. It's unbelievable. She is a college sideline reporter and a host of a couple of shows, I think. I don't know. I don't watch the Marxist ESPN of China anymore. For over 4 months, Maria Taylor's expiring contract, this is from the guys at Outkick, expiring contract has been one of the most talked about stories inside sports media circles. Taylor is a valuable asset to ESPN, but she has made an unreasonable salary request. Yeah, let's make one thing clear when it comes to Taylor. Maria Taylor, when she sticks to sports, is very good at her job. She is. But if she's not careful, she's going to end up being the next Jemele Hill. And Jemele Hill is floundering as she couldn't even find a network that would take her. Look, going to Vice from ESPN is hardly a lateral move, even if ESPN is a dumpster fire. The New York Post reported some numbers on Wednesday, citing sources that Taylor was offered, get this, $5 million a year last year. Nearly a $4 million salary bump from her current rate. Are you kidding me? She's making more than $1 million right now? Okay. Taylor turned that offer down. Sources tell Outkick that though ESPN has reduced the offer, they still have some flexibility. Regardless of ESPN's final offer, I want to reiterate that Taylor, 34, turned down $5 million a year. Think about that. Taylor is a talented, versatile broadcaster. In a hypothetical media draft, she'd likely go in the top 20 or 30. We're still talking about the media here, okay? Taylor will have a long career in the business. All that is true, and yet she still isn't worth $8 million a year, even if she thinks she is. In Taylor's mind, she's worth more to ESPN than Stephen A. Smith and Mike Greenberg. Maria Taylor, you're a lunatic if you truly believe that your value set is on that kind of equal level. Look, as much as First Take has fell off a cliff, you are no Stephen A. Smith, and you're certainly no Mike Greenberg. But look, you were never no Mike Golick or Trey Wingo either, and Kenny Mayne, and now they're gone. They're all straight white males. Interesting. Greenberg makes around $6.5 million a year, while sources tell Outkick that Smith's salary is around $10 million a year. I ask, and I sincerely hope, Taylor or her manager, how did they draw this conclusion? In fact, everyone at ESPN who feels they should make Stephen A. Smith Greenberg money, aside from Scott Van Pelt and Kirk Herbstreit, should submit their answers as well. They know how to get a hold of me. Michael Wilbon is phenomenal and irreplaceable. He's one of the best in the business. Wilbon is worth a lot to ESPN, but he's not worth $8 million a year, which is why he doesn't make it. I have a second question. Has another industry made Taylor an offer? Perhaps tech. Because unless you are Bomani Jones, a media personality are paid based on market value, the money other networks have offered. For example, CBS signed Tony Romo to a near $20 million deal to outpace ESPN's aggressive offers. Unless Taylor thinks she's about to take over The Tonight Show, she's not getting $8 million a year elsewhere. She's not even getting $5 million. Furthermore, Taylor is asking for athlete money at the time when her colleagues are asked to take 30% pay cuts. ESPN stalwart Kenny Mayne was told to take a 61% pay cut or get out. Fourth question, why does Taylor feel she is more valuable than everyone else who had to take a cut during the pandemic? That's a hell of a great question. Anyway, despite the climate, Taylor feels $7 million or more is fair. Taylor appears to be interested in a Stephen A. Smith contract. However, it's unclear Smith's number is relevant. Smith is one of the few people who routinely increases ESPN's base audience. He's an outlier. Most on-air commentators are interchangeable. They don't move viewership up or down. Had ESPN lost Smith, its ratings would have taken a nosedive. When Skip Bayless left for FS1 in 2016, First Take's viewership dropped 30% at one point. In response, ESPN moved First Take to the main channel. Taylor is an NBA host, so not only that, but you're a host of a product that's taking an absolute beating. I don't care if the ratings have went up. The NBA's ratings are not where they were in 2019, okay? They're still 2 million light from 2019. The number of viewers a pregame host and sideline reporter are responsible for is 0. That's true for Aaron Andrews, Kurt Menefee, and James Brown. If Taylor has her way, her salary will eclipse the following: Scott Van Pelt, Michael Wilbon, Tony Kornheiser, Adam Schefter, Mike Greenberg, Paul Feinbaum. Is she a lunatic? It could go past Max Kellerman. We'd be fine with that. Kurt Herbstreit, Steve Levy, Jalen Rose, Keyshawn Johnson, Reese Davis. Some of them guys won't be there much longer. They're white. How could ESPN even justify paying Maria Taylor around $5 million a year? As I explained 2 weeks ago, ESPN pays out people out of fear. ESPN pays talent to avoid leaks that encourage Jamel Hill and Richard Desch to call the network racist. This, of course, is absurd. Most of the talents at ESPN that are let go are white males. Yeah, who I'm told are privileged. Just look at how Maria Taylor's responded to Doug Gottlieb's criticism. ESPN is afraid. And I don't know what her and Doug Gottlieb got into it about last year, but I know that when I listened to Jason Whitlock's podcast last week, when he was talking about media personalities, Maria Taylor was one of the ones he covered. He said the same thing I just said. She is talented. She eventually has a chance to be potentially a really good contributor in the business. He said as long as she doesn't go down the Jamel Hill road where everything is made about race and she uses her wokeness to try to capitalize. And unfortunately, It looks like that's exactly what she's trying to do. You would think ESPN would love that would be perfect. But she might ought to be careful because guess what? They don't get any more woke than Dan Lebitard, and he's gone. Jamel Hill is gone. So eventually she will price herself even out of the Marxist ESPN of China's pay scale. Unbelievable. I can't believe she believes she's worth that kind of money at all. You know, okay, maybe down in the 1 million range, even though that seems absurd to me. But, you know, there's no way in hell she's more valuable. More valuable than Paul Feinbaum? Stop it. Stop it. That dude knows SEC football inside and out. He's a true analyst. Reese Davis? Stop. God, ESPN is a dumpster fire. They continue to be a dumpster fire. And now, because they've done all this virtue signaling, their own employees are turning it against them. Here we go. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.